Hey, how's it going? It's Meireng here from CheckoutJoy, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to use Razorpay with CheckoutJoy to sell your courses and memberships on Kajabi. So this video is intended for any membership or course creator in India that wants to use local payment methods like UPI to sell courses on Kajabi. The whole process is automated end-to-end, so by the end of this video, if you follow everything, you'll have a high converting checkout page that is connected to Kajabi and Razorpay so that you can start selling your courses and memberships in rupees using Razorpay. The whole process is super simple to set up. Just follow along on this video. I'm going to show you how to connect Razorpay to CheckoutJoy, how to connect Kajabi to CheckoutJoy, and set up all the offers and products. And I'm going to show you how to create, or how easy it is to create, a high performing, high converting checkout page. That's a breeze to navigate for your customers and is an easy checkout 1, 2, 3. So stick around until the end, follow through the video. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments or reach out to us at support@checkoutjoy.com. We'll be happy to help. So let's get cracking. So the first thing you need to do is to connect Razorpay to CheckoutJoy, and you do that by going to settings and selecting payment methods. And in this list of processes, you scroll down, you look for Razorpay. There you go. All right, and you'll need two values here, the API key ID and key secret. So both of these values you get in your Razorpay dashboard. So we're gonna head over there, and in Razorpay, you need to generate an API key if you don't already have one. If you have one, you can use that. So let's go to account and settings, and you select API keys. Now I've already generated an API key which is used through all my accounts, so I'm not going to regenerate one. You can if you want to. This is my API key ID, and the secret I've already recorded somewhere, so but that's going to be the value that you copy over to CheckoutJoy. All right, so I'm gonna, just for the sake of the demo, copy that value. That's gonna be your API key ID. There you go. And the secret is I've already recorded, but that you will also find from this process. So if you generate your first API key, Razorpay will give you a key ID and a secret. All right, so I'm gonna add mine there. That's it. It's saved. And that's it. That's all you need to do. So Razorpay is now connected to CheckoutJoy. So one thing to remember now is the webhooks from Razorpay to CheckoutJoy. So this is required so that CheckoutJoy is notified of failed and successful payments so that it can process the integrations. So in your Razorpay dashboard, you still go to, or you go to the webhooks tabs. You're still in account settings, and there's the webhooks. And I already have a webhook set up here, but you will go to add new webhook, and we'll give you a screen like this. So the URL that you need, you will find that in CheckoutJoy. If you go to this screen, you will see those links. That links to our documentation pages. So it's checkoutjoy.com/docs. And if you find Razorpay, you will see there's a section called setting up webhook notifications. So under that section, this also explains the whole process, but these are the important values. So you will copy this URL. That's the webhook URL of CheckoutJoy that you need to add to Razorpay. So you paste it in there. The secret can be anything. This is just to verify that a message is really sent by Razorpay. And the active events that you need, that's also noted in our documentation pages. That is all the payment events. If you scroll down, if you do subscriptions or you're planning on do subscriptions, we need to go get those as well. So subscription events, and lastly, any refund events. So that when you refund someone directly in your Razorpay dashboard, CheckoutJoy is notified of that refund, so we can do all processes, whatever needs to happen. All right, so you create webhook. I expect mine to give an error because I already have a webhook with this, but you will go through that process. And if you look at that, those are all the values. So you need to have this. This is very important to have the integration work seamlessly. All right, ready for the second part, which is linking your Kajabi offers to CheckoutJoy, making sure that the automatic activation and deactivation happens correctly. So for every offer that you have in Kajabi, you will need a product in CheckoutJoy, and that's gonna create your checkouts in CheckoutJoy. So let's have a look at our Kajabi offer setup. I'm logged into my Kajabi dashboard here. And if I go to sales and offers, I've got some pre-configured offers here, which are linked to some products. You'll see most of them are free, and that is because our checkouts doesn't use the pricing in Kajabi. You don't actually have to have pricing. It can be a free product. It doesn't matter. You're going to set up your pricing in CheckoutJoy. So I'm going to use the community offer just as an example. All right. This is a standard, it's technically a free offer in Kajabi. It's linked to a community offer or product. And I'm gonna set this up in CheckoutJoy. So the process works like this. In CheckoutJoy, you go to products in your dashboard and you select add product. So there's the pop-up, you select it's a Kajabi offer and it will take you to this page. So now you can just fill out the form. Community offer, I'm just gonna call it that, community offer. I'll do all the image and the thank you page stuff a bit later. Important ones here, Kajabi settings. So these are your Kajabi webhooks. What's important here is the activation URL and the deactivation URL webhook. So in your Kajabi dashboard, you go to your offer and there's that three dots right there, and it gives you your link. Copy that. That's actually your checkout link. You go back to your offer. You click webhooks and there's your activation URL. You copy that. Cool beans. And the other one, your deactivation URL, you copy that. All right. And that is all that you need. Send Kajabi welcome email. That's if you want to trigger your welcome email to send. In some cases, people want to deactivate that. In general, most people just leave it enabled. Okay, and last one is your billing type or your pricing. So this is a one-time payment. I'm gonna make this INR and make it 90,000. All right. All right, so the last step required is to set up the checkout for your product. So we've got our product in CheckoutJoy that's linked to the offer in Kajabi. Every product comes with a default hosted checkout page. So that is the easiest way to get started, and that's what I'm going to do in this demo. I'm going to quickly show you how to use your default checkout and link that to Kajabi. It looks it's pretty beautiful. It looks like, let's have a quick view. This is the default layout. We're gonna customize that a lot to make it look nicer, fit your brand, add some custom messaging, and edit the form, and then we're gonna do the demo. All right, so let's get stuck into it. So important thing to do is to correct the spelling of your offer. All right. The default thank you page URL. This is a page on your Kajabi website. It's very important because this would be where the customer is taken after a successful checkout. So once they click on your call to action button on your Kajabi website, they come to the hosted checkout in CheckoutJoy. They complete payment with Razorpay, and if successful, they go back to a thank you page, which is a custom page usually on Kajabi, which just says thank you for your purchase. Please check your email. See you again. All right. So for now, I'm gonna make this our homepage like this, and I'm gonna save. Okay, so the checkout link, if you scroll down a bit, the hosted checkout, this is your default checkout link. And you can use this as is, it will work out of the box. You can also have this checkout on a custom domain if you want, like checkout.yourdomain.com, which is usually a good thing to do because it builds trust with the customer, seeing that the checkout is on the same domain as the website. For now, we're going to leave the storefront or CheckoutJoy.com, the default one. All right, so let's have a look at the customization page for the checkout. Right at the top, you see that edit checkout button, and that is where you edit the checkout, obviously, for this product. All right, so you can see I added an image for this product, which is two friends watching cricket by the Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe. This is, of course, the 27 World Cup coming up in South Africa, Zimbabwe, and Namibia. Okay, so this is your default checkout. Now we can start. So a few things that I want to show you. One is the form fields. It's usually a good idea. You can add your phone number if you want to take mobile. We do validation so that you can use that phone number like for WhatsApp integrations and things like that. And the billing address is also useful usually. You can also add custom fields if you want. Whatever, where did you hear from us, anything else. Let's stick with phone and billing number. So there you go. Now you see our checkout has nice as the billing address. You can add VAT information. Now if your customer is buying from a business or as a business, and you can edit your terms and conditions, add your link to your website and everything. Okay, on this side, another cool feature that I want to show you is the language. So if you want, you can change the default language of the page. There's a bunch of, you can change it to Hindi if you want, and that will translate the entire page to Hindi, or you can make it automatic so that it picks up the language of the user, so that English users will see English, Indian users or Hindi users will see the page in Hindi, and things like that. All right, I'm going to change it back to English so that I know what's going on. And another useful feature that I want to show you is the country restrictions. So what you can do is to limit access to this page for users based on their location, so that the system will check the IP address of the user and compare it to this list of allowed countries, and if they're not on that allowed list, they will be taken to a different alternative page, or they will get shown the checkout. So this is under country restrictions. So you will say restrict the storefront to specific countries. If disabled, the storefront's obviously worldwide. So if you enable it, you can have an allowed country list. So if I add India here, and maybe also South Africa, if I add those two fields, then this checkout will only be visible to users in South Africa and in India. So that's a great way if you want to configure local prices, maybe cheaper prices for Indian users as opposed to international users, or you use, for instance, PayPal for international guys, charge them in US dollars, and use Razorpay for Indian customers, charge them in rupees. And the fallback URL, this is where they will be taken if they're not from India or South Africa. So that's just a URL. All right, and that is it. For now, I'm not gonna add this, but this is a useful feature to have. All right, let's do a quick demo. In my product, if you scroll down a bit, you come to hosted checkout, and that's your checkout link. So that's the link of your hosted checkout. So this is my live checkout. That's my image. The price looks correct, and I've got my form. So I'm just quickly gonna fill this out. That's all. That's good. I've got my mobile number and complete. So this is gonna open up the Razorpay payment pop-up like this. Because this is a test, I'm in test mode with Razorpay. I'm going to use test card details, and that's actually on their documentation. So I just googled Razorpay test cards. It gives me for Indian payments. Here we go. So I'm just going to copy that one. Cool, that's my card. Any future date and any random. Go 1, 2, 3. Okay. This is a pretty cool graphic for Razorpay, and there you go. Payment is completed, and There you see the notification on the checkout. Everything is completed. Let's go to our Razorpay dashboard. And if I go to transactions, there you go. There's the captured payment of 90,000 rupees that I just completed. And now if I go to Kajabi and I'd go to contacts, I want to search for the email that I just used. It was that one. Total offers. Let's see. There you go. Granted by webhook. This is the offer that I just, community offer number 1. This is the offer that we just purchased. So you got automatic activation on Kajabi. You've got your payment settled in Razorpay, and everything is completed. If you go to the CheckoutJoy dashboard, under orders, you'll see a completed order history there. That's the one. Completed on Razorpay. If I look at that, there you go. That's all your information. It tells you where the checkout come from, the billing address, all the fields that they entered on the checkout, as well as the payments and everything. So that's it for the demo. That's end to end. Thank you for watching. If you've got any questions, leave it in the comments below or reach out to us at support@checkoutjoy.com. We'll be happy to help you out with your checkouts.